Welcome guys, and today I'm here to show you through our Supreme Classic Tourer 20 footer. Now this would have to be one of our best sellers over the last 2 or 3 years, and I'm here today to show you why. So as I said, this is a 20-foot Classic Tourer, but we do them ranging all the way down from 14.5 feet and right the way up to 24'6". So at Supreme Caravans, we're covering the entire spectrum there, from our little single axle, compact little Classic Tourers, right the way up to our luxurious travelling vans in the 24.5 foot layouts. One of the things I love about Supreme Caravans is they make things super simple. Everything is in the one cupboard, so as we come into the caravan, above our dinette, we're going to have our mains cupboard. Inside of here you'll find we have our water pump, we have our mains switch for the 12 volt system, also have the switches for our hot water system, along with our battery management system. This particular model in the Classic Tourer, we're now running the Red Arc battery manager, so the Manager 30 that one is, and then down to our full double DIN stereo system here, full touchscreen setup. The van we're filming today comes with a cafe style seating, so our 20-foot Supreme Classic Tourer is standard with the 2 cafe style seats. There may be an option to put the L in if you do choose, but as a standard we prefer to bring it out with the cafe seating. Our clients find this is the most common and most popular layout with a tri-folding table. Reasons for that: it makes it very easy to get to our overhead cupboards. As you can see, I'm standing quite the way in, so I can easily get in and reach to the bits and pieces that are in the back of the cupboard. Along with that, we've also got our tri-folding table, so we simply just take a little bit of weight, we pull that straight out like so. So as we see at dinner time, we can sit down, we've got quite the big area to serve, and then during the day, when you don't want this great table in the road, we just fold it back like that, and we create such an open plan living space. And just whilst we're here in the dining area, I wouldn't mind pointing out that we also have 12 volt accessory points, along with 2 USB points and a 240 volt power point as well. So for those of you traveling on the road or doing a bit of vlogging as you go around, we can jump on the laptop here and power it up, all from the convenience of these points right here. Thanks to our partners Dometic, here we have our 188 litre complete tropical rated refrigerator. So we do them in 2 options. So this one here is our 3-way fridge. We can also do an option if you would like to upgrade to a compressor fridge, where we'll upgrade your battery systems and actually take away the gas component of the fridge. But if we look at what's the standard inside of our Supreme Caravans, the standard is the 3-way Dometic fridge. 2-door, 188 litre. As we see, that opens up to quite a nice big freezer. Down the bottom is our fridge. We have a crisper down the bottom and a couple of shelves. Very easy to use. As you'll see guys, we have an LCD display screen here, which is telling us all the information. So as I've pressed this one touch dial in the middle of our fridge, we can see at the top, this is our thermostat. Okay, so currently it's sitting on 3. We can go to a maximum there of 5. We can also see underneath that it's on an auto setting. Now these Caravans are sitting here in the dealership on display, so there's no power plugged into them. So this has automatically gone to gas. So the auto automatically to the gas, which is that little flame. I'll click that and enter, and now I can scroll this to adjust the temperature of the fridge. If it's quite a hot day, if we're 35 plus, 35, 40 degrees outside, we want to be running that at maximum. But if it's winter time, like we're here now filming in July, we can scroll this right back to 2 or 3 to keep everything nice and cool. When we're happy, simply click to enter. If we want to get down and change our auto settings, again, one touch, scroll around, one touch, and here we see we bring the next screen up where we can go through and either select from auto to 240 volt, to battery, to gas. Now it's important to mention that we only want to be running on the 12 volt when we are travelling along, as that feeds directly back to the tow vehicle of the caravan. So in our Supreme Caravans, we give you 2 95 litre water tanks located underneath the caravan. We also have a 12 volt water pump that obviously sucks the water up through the sink and also into the bathroom of the caravan when you're free camping and you don't have access to the mains pressure hose plugged in at the front as you would in a caravan park. So when you're travelling with your 2 95 litre water tanks, we need to know how much water you have. The last thing we want is for you to run out. So here we have our water tank gauges, and this will obviously clearly indicate the exact amount of water that's inside the tanks via these bars. So the top one we have is for our grey water tank. Now what our grey water tank does is that collects the water that drains out of the sink and the shower when we're free camping. We don't want that just going out on the ground and making a big mess. So we have a grey water tank underneath. It's 100 litres capacity in the grey water tank. The van's clearly on display, so nothing will illuminate. Okay, we can see when I hit test there, we've just got the one red bar, which clearly indicates that it is empty at the moment. But as that fills up, and you hold that button in, each bar will illuminate up. When we're full, we want to be looking for a dumping point. Majority of your caravan parks in all of your towns, a lot of tourist information centres, and then just random spots on the side of the road inside of most RV friendly towns will allow you an area where you can actually safely dispose of the water that's in that tank. Underneath we have the tank gauges for our fresh drinking water tanks. So as mentioned, they are 95 litres in capacity, and we have a front and a rear tank indicated here. And as we hold that in, we can see exactly what the water level is in each of those tanks. Clearly not much in the tanks here on display, but again, as they fill, we're going to illuminate the bars up to a maximum here of 95 litres. One of my most favourite additions to the vans over the last couple of years has been the introduction of our classy timber bench tops and also the black sinks. Personally, I absolutely love this colour scheme. If it's an interest of you, speak to your salesperson or one of our client experience officers here at Adelaide RV. We'd love to talk you through this upgrade, but today I'm just going to show you through our European styled black style sink. We offer it as a black pack upgrade in any of your Supreme Leader caravans. What the black pack gives you is our flick mixer tap here. As we can see, that swivels around. Our extra deep black sink. If we cast up the top, we can see that the black pack also gives all black Dorset handles as well, so exceptionally classy. I'll take you back in the ensuite in a moment and I'll show you what else that pack gives you. Now, I don't recommend jumping in the shower with your clothes on, but one thing I do recommend is that you have a look at this amazing black tapware here inside of this 20-foot classic tourer. As I said before with the kitchen, along with the black sink and the black tapware and our black Dorset handles, the upgrade pack gives you the nice black framing here around on our shower door, as well as, let's try and do this without getting wet, our nice black showerware through here as well. So as mentioned, if this is something that excites you, speak to one of your sales consultants and would sure upgrade you into this new style guide. As a standard feature in all of our 20-foot Supreme Classic Tourers, you have a washing machine. So this particular one is a 3 kilogram top loader, hidden nicely in behind this little cupboard. So again, it's not in the road. When you want to do the washing, we simply open that up, and we'll see here our lid opens, and we have a fully automatic washing machine there. Keep in mind it is only cold, so there's no hot cycles. There's a multiple range of cycle options there. But yeah, it's going to be great to get you out of trouble when you're free camping. Above our washing machine, we haven't wasted any space. We've given you a nice big linen pantry here, so when you're caravanning, we're always looking for somewhere to put a spare set of sheets, whether it be a flannelette set of sheets or your towels. So we have a nice big pantry, which again is another one of my favourite features inside of the 20-foot model. Now, I don't normally get this close to a toilet, but just for you guys, I thought I would get right into it. So we have our ceramic toilet here. So as we can hear, it's not plastic, it's ceramic. Okay, it's going to be easier to get all the things off. Down here we have our little black lever. All right, and what we want to do is before we use the toilet, we want to open the lever. Please don't do it afterwards or you might get a bit of splash. Open the lever. If you look down there, we see it's open. Don't look too closely. And when we go like this, the chute is shut. So before we travel, we want to make sure that the chute is always shut. And that's done by this little grey lever. Once we're content and happy, we're going to close the lid. Before we do that, we might want to flush it. So for the example, let's open it back up again. And we see this blue button is a simple one flush button. We press that down, the pump will kick into gear. It'll push fresh water through and flush the system. Once we're done, put that back over and close the chute. Inside of this layout, what we do is we put the big bench top, lift up bench top over the oven. What that does is create more bench space throughout your kitchen, gives you another good area to prepare, and then once you're ready to cook, bench top goes up, pull the little lever, access to our cooker. Underneath that, we have our grill. And then as a standard feature in every Supreme Caravan, we give you the full oven. Now, you'll be surprised. I do a lot of caravanning and the amount of times we use the oven is very, very surprising. So you don't want the pot drawer, you want the oven. As we're displaying the 20-foot layout today, I thought it was very important to show you the additional pantry that we put here right upon the entry door. So I find it very, very useful. So we open that up, it's 4 doors, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. We have shelving right the way through. Now, the most common things that I've seen put in here is a lot of your food, like your tin food, your canned food, spaghettis, your sauce bottles, things like that. So there's some great racking that you can buy. Don't let the wife go to Kmart or she'll absolutely spend up a storm buying all the little trinkety things to put inside of this pantry. Now, I'm not here today to try and sell the product to you, but what I will do is I will show you one of the most common things that our salespeople show all of our potential clients here at Adelaide RV. If I was to pull one of the drawers out, now do this as you go around and do your caravan yards and look at all the different dealerships and do your shopping and your homework, but pull a drawer out. Actually have a look at how sturdy the drawer is. Now, why is that important, you ask? You're going to feel this full of all your things, all right? Your bits and pieces are going to go in here, and all your things are heavy. Okay, they're probably a lot heavier than what you think. And as you bounce down the corrugated road, they're going to be bouncing inside of this drawer. Now, if you just have a little 3mm base inside the drawer, chances are when you pull up, all of your things are going to be in the wrong drawer. So pull the drawer out, have a look. Metal sides, 12mm bases. They're all screwed, they're not stapled. Definitely a really good hot tip. Again, I'm not trying to sell to you, but if you are looking around and comparing apples for apples, make sure you check out the actual quality and the structure and the strength of the furniture and the way that it's put together. I'll now show you our pull up and pull down blinds. So we don't have any curtains, that's how we get the real clean, slick appeal inside of this layout. If we go straight up, we see that we have our block out. So at night time, you're going to put that all the way up. Keep in mind, because of the floor level and how much higher we are than ground level, you actually don't need to put them the whole way up because people won't actually peer in unless they're coming alongside your van with a step ladder, and that gets real weird. So if we put that all the way up like that, if we want to come down halfway, that's where I do it. We let some nice fresh natural light in and still get the privacy at the same time. We literally go like so, and we release a magnetic strip and we separate the two blinds. Now we have 5 locking points. One of the most important things about our windows is that we actually over-engineer the window and we put additional locking points on it. It's the last thing you want to have flying out when you're going down the road at 95 kilometers an hour. So 5 locking points. We want to release the handles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mum will be proud, I definitely can count. We pull that out and we tighten that up. And from there, we can pull our privacy screen down, all midgie proof. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is the windows. Now inside of a caravan, you're always looking for where you can plug things in. We want 12 volt points, we want USB points, and we also want our 240 volt power points. But we don't want them sticking out because, let's be honest, they're not the most appealing thing to be on the outside of your caravan. So what we do at Supreme Caravans is we actually conceal them inside of our wardrobe doors. It's a great idea. I'll show you in a little bit closer in a moment here, but if we open our wardrobe door, we have 2 USB points, a 12 volt point, and also a power point. Now they're all very easily accessible by our little cutout here, okay? So we can put our phone in there, our glasses in there, our chargers inside of there, and that keeps everything out of the way, all of our cords. It's not a mess, everything's crisp and everything's clean. Now I'm not sure about you, but I'm 6'2", and whenever I'm sleeping in a caravan, my feet are always so cold. They're hanging off the edge. So what I love about this 20-foot layout is the fact that it actually gives you a full queen size mattress. So if we're talking in millimeters here, this is 1980 millimeters long, so 1.98 centimeters, nearly 2 meters is the length of the bed, and no bolster. So we haven't got that awkward zipper up behind our ears when we're trying to sleep. So a full length bed, and you have a look at the room that I have around the bed. I'm not doing the Melbourne shuffle trying to get around to get my socks out of the drawer. I have heaps of room here, another huge feature inside of this 20-foot layout. Here we have our Wineguard TV antenna. So if we're wanting to turn the footy on and watch the Bombers play, we want to wind this up all the way to the top. You'll just feel it, it'll just kind of stop. And then once it's stopped, if we haven't quite got the reception right, so at this point we'd normally have our TV turned on, trying to tuned in, and if it's a little bit pixelated, we can simply pull that down and just rotate that around. I need 2 hands here, so we rotate that around and try and find exactly what way the tower is facing. So if we see there's a little arrow here, we have 2 arrows. So before we start winding it back down, we want to make sure that those 2 arrows are back together like so. And then we start to wind down. As you feel it stop there, that's back down on the roof and you're good to travel. So on the end of the kitchen layout in this 20-foot Supreme Classic Tourer, we also have a pull-out pantry. So in behind this nice skinny cupboard here at the end of the kitchen, if we open that one up, we'll see we have this metal pull-out pantry. Exceptionally handy when you're looking for where to put your food and bits and pieces as you travel Australia. Fill him up, slide him back in. There we go. At Supreme Caravans, we partner with Camec, and Camec is the manufacturer of all of our doors. Now what I like about the Camec is they're actually a two-piece door. So we can lift that out like so, and then we can have our screen. It goes all the way in. It has 3 locking points, 1, 2, and 3 at the top here. And we can also pin this back, as you follow me around, into the little receiver there at the back of the van. Now I'm not sure about you, but anytime I'm going caravanning, I'm always looking for somewhere to put my beer while I'm setting up. We've made that nice and easy at Supreme Caravans with a little side picnic table. So as you just seen me, we have literally 2 little push down handles here, and that will release. Putting him back up, we go like so. Don't need a key, very simple. Now as we do inside, we've always got plenty of 240 volt power points, 12 volt and USB, and we do exactly the same thing on the outside of the Caravan as well. So at the top one here, this is a 240 volt outlet, okay? So we want to plug anything 240 in on the outside of the Caravan. This one here is for a TV outside, and then our USB and 12 volt points here down the bottom. Now this would have to be in my top 3 favorite features on the Classic Tourer 20-foot layout, is the fact that we get a full tunnel boot and also a full front boot. So along with the tunnel boot, we also have the front boot. Super handy. You don't see this in a lot of caravans. Okay, so fully galvanized lined front boot. We have drain holes both sides, so if you do happen to put some wet gear in there, some swimming gear, life jackets, fishing rods, that sort of thing, we can hose this area here out and it will drain out through the bottom. But super handy to have our tunnel boot and our front storage boot. So our Supreme Classic Tourer range is a genuine semi-off-road caravan. So when I say semi-off-road, lots of people have lots of different terminologies for what semi-off-road means. Semi-off-road for us is something that you can take down the beach, into your national parks, on your corrugated road with the correct tyre pressures, and just anywhere out and about on the dirt without any form of extreme off-road rocks, water crossings, things like that. We do have a range called the Supreme Territory for full off-road, but for most people, I'd say 95% of the industry, semi-off-road is what we're looking for. So I'm down here on our J-Trax tyres. They are a 16-inch tyre. They're a 6-stud Land Cruiser pattern. Very common as you travel around, that if you ever need spares, repairs, anything like that, they're a very common size and all Australian made. So along with our 16-inch wheels, we also give you a full-length 6-inch chassis. So we see through here, this is the part that we're measuring. So this is what we call a 6-inch. If you look at a lot of our competitors, they are only 4-inch in this front A-frame. So we call this an A-frame, and then that molds right the way back into our chassis, and it is a full 6-inch chassis the entire way through, built by our great friends here at Road King Chassis. So all of our Supreme Caravans come standard with a 4-arm rear bumper. Why is that important, you ask? We can put a lot more weight on it. So as standard, we have our 16-inch spare wheel here, but as you'll see, we have 4 members in the back of it, 4 separate arms, and this bumper bar can take up to 120 kilograms of weight on the rear of your caravan. Think generator boxes, jerry can holders, things like that. This bumper bar is designed to handle it. Make sure, if you're thinking of putting generator boxes or jerry can holders on the back of your caravan, that as you're looking around, you're ensuring that they're not a 2-arm bar, as that will fatigue over time. You want something with 4 arms on the rear. Another standard feature on our Supreme Classic Tourer range is our Safety Dave reversing cameras. So every single caravan comes with our Safety Dave reversing camera at the rear of it. We also provide you with a 7-inch color monitor inside your car as well. This can help you if you have traffic coming right up very close behind you and you can't quite see them in your rear view towing mirrors. Your reversing camera is going to come in very handy. And just a little hot tip off the side, they have got a microphone in them as well. So for all the wives out there, all the names you call us whilst we're backing back, we can hear every one of them. So as I mentioned, this is just one of our exceptionally popular layouts here at the 20-foot Supreme Classic Tourer. We do them all the way from our small single axles to our larger vans. We also do them in our full off-road. We do family vans. So if you'd like to see more, feel free to click through, speak to one of our team. We'd love to help you into the van of your dreams.